Hi Tubers, hi, I'm back with 41 Years of Mills and Boone, and it is a bit of historical romance time. Here we go. Michelle Stiles, Taming his Viking woman. Vikings and Tamings. Right, here we go. The Sea King's warrior bride, legendary Shield Maiden, Sarid, will marry no man until he defeats her first in combat. And then powerful Sea King, Horoth Edmundson, she has finally met her match. Horoth may have won her land and her body, but can see to welcome a stranger into her bed. The world of fighting is all she knows, but with a husband intent on seducing his new bride, perhaps just this once, Sarid will discover that surrender can be the greatest pleasure of all. Okay, so Vikings. Now, if there's watched a show, which I kind of fell out watching, I need to get back into that. Okay, so yeah, it's set in Viking times, and one thing I will give the author the respect, it's set in AD 830 or 830 northeast Sweden. She has done her research. She has done some thorough research into this world of the Vikings. Now, and I generally enjoyed it. I enjoyed the language of it. I mean, parts of it I didn't particularly like. The setting is this, okay, like this bit here, and I like the way it even opens. So Riz stood in the ice-cold pond, fish, spear rays, eyes and a particularly large sea trout. She and Trout were old adversaries. Fishing helped her hone her eye, and her hand when she was at home as well, providing food for the table. And out here in the pond, no one ever complained he was far too tall, too clumsy, and too unwomanly. Not that anyone did much these days, she proved her worth with 5 seasons of profitable sea voyages. Right. So, but the thing is this. Now, her brother has got his girlfriend pregnant, and his girlfriend, okay, has been promised to her off the Sea King, okay, even though she's pregnant. So Sarid goes to rescue her then future sister-in-law, okay, Blodvin, and meets Horace Edmundson. Now, it's actually a bit like a meet cute moment, okay, because it's in like the cause of rescuing Blodvin where they meet, and it is quite interesting the politics and dynamics, okay, between men and women back then as well. And this bit here, okay, right, it's bit okay, kind of really kind of describes Horace. Horace inclined his head when he returned from his 80th Felag to find Inga's mother dead, Inga's his daughter, and Inga barely able to speak his language. He'd known with that he'd had to take steps. He acquired a wife of land, a particular land with good access to the sea, but more than that, he wanted his daughter brought up by a woman who understood what it meant to be a surveyor. It was one why he returned to this land rather than marry one of the women along the Rus trading route, Russia. Right. He spied Blovin looking after some children when he disembarked from his ship. She was pretty enough, with a vague look of Inga's mother about her. They responded to her query with a sweet smile. When he learned her name and that she was unmarried, it seemed the Norse had blessed him. Bloodaxe and his father had been close once in the old days before father had lost his land and his title. Right. So, essentially, he's there, even though he's a sea king. He wants a woman with land, a woman with property, and then as Brodvin's been taken, he only really wants Sweet for her land. And of course, it's a combat. And what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Okay, obviously, okay, right. So when he meets Sigrid, knows of the situation, he wants her instead, not because of her, because of land. Because even, but the thing is, he makes it clear straight away why. Okay, right. I challenge you for all the land you command against my ships and gold. Savage blinked. What are you saying? If I win, your land become mine. If you win, I go into your service, and my entire fortune will be at your disposal for 1 year. The entire feast went silent. No one moved. Even the servants stayed still like frozen statues. Savage clutched her hand together. Horoth was offering her gold and ships, enough to go through Byzantium. It was her opportunity, if she was brave enough to take it. There had to be a catch. No man wagered such a thing. Your entire fortune on one contest. Are you mad? So, it happens. Of course, okay, she's beaten. Okay, and right. And the fact is, okay, during the battle, okay, I don't know what's going through Horof's head with this, but right, mm-hmm, right. In all the years of fighting, I never met a better opponent. I never came to despair of winning, something I never experienced before. Okay, because Horoth has won, he is correct. So his shoulders slumped by his head. I honour my oath. My land will be his. I claim everything, including your body. At his words, the crowd burst into loud laughter and cheers. Horror's shoulders relaxed, but as he kept hold of Savvy's wrist, her expression of absolute horror intensified. Yeah, he's realised, okay, oh my god, I've done this. Oh my god, I've got a wife. Well, basically, what I'm going to do. And the fact is, okay, it's like he changed his mind. It's kind of like, oh my god, what the hell is this? Remember, he's a father as well, okay? He's probably thinking, my daughter has got to go through this. What, I did this as well. And the fact is, okay, he was there because he wanted a woman who wasn't a warrior. But to get a land, he married a warrior. And now, okay, he's got to tame the warrior, if you will. And that's where this book kind of twists, okay? Right, it's a bit here, okay? Right. And the fact is, this was their wedding, okay? Right. He dreaded to think what she must have gone through for all those years, having to deny her sex and behave like a man. And it appeared that her younger brother had not taken on his role as head of the house, but instead to allow his sister to risk her life in the wild sea. It ceased now, Howell felt silently avowed. Sarid would have the chance to be a woman. Yeah. So he's got this idea of, I've got to tame this. I've got to tame this. Okay? Right. I've got to tame this. I've got to basically turn it into a woman. But that's not what Sarid's about. And this kind of role being forced on her makes a very kind of interesting power dynamic. Okay? Right. Basically, from Sarid's point of view, after she meets Horus' daughter, okay, who hates her on sight and calls her giantess and ugly and that kind of thing. Sarid scowled. How many times had he promised her heart that she'd never marry a man with a child, particularly a girl? She'd be useless as a mother of girls. What does she know about weaving and sewing and cooking? How many times had her stepmother told her that the simple task of her unnatural destiny? She decided never to put it to the test, never to allow her stepmother a chance to proclaim that she had told her so. Her stepmother used to beat her for not being a woman, or not being a woman enough. She just got scars across her back. So basically, Shari is just not into any of this. Okay? Right. Right. Half are many things, but mother to little girl isn't one of them. Your daughter will require a very different sort of mother. Yes, Inga, Sarita's had married me, and you're going to live in her home. It'll be your home now forever and ever. Truly, I have a mother again, and no more ships to make me sick to my stomach. The little girl looks solemnly up at Horif. I hate it when the waves crash over the ship's sides, and it pains me. So it's basically So Reed now married him, wants to go on him to his adventures, and he wants her to stay home and cook and be a maid and that kind of stuff. Right. And it's just, you sit there thinking, oh, if you married this woman, okay, you're just not even respecting her. You married her for her land. You're basically treating her like crap. I mean, even their first sex, okay, was literally with a roll in the hay. That was it. Okay. Right. It's a bit here. Is the when Sarid asks, okay, can she go to on his voyage with him? The only way you can ensure my safety is take me with you on any voyage. His jaw dropped before he recovered to let out a loud roar of laughter. You are good, Sarid, but I see why you prospered. They take me with you when you go to the east. Should I go there, I will, but you must turn your mind to other more womanly occupations during the day. We accept that bargain. So, to get her dream of travelling and trade and seeing the world, she has to become a woman, if you will. She has to embrace this. She can't cook. She can't sew. She's not a woman. Well, she doesn't. And instead of any husband seeing us as, well, how she's a warrior, hey, I could use her, mind her virtues. Her husband's trying to push her into this role of being a stereotypical wife, if you will. She's not about that. Even though she is not about that. hmm hmm Right. hmm Right. Even this, okay? You're a married woman now, my lady. You need to look like the wife of a sea king. Sarah took the blue gown, the wife of a sea king with no womanly skills. The ray of shield seems to mock her. Lust and after distress was not going to change what she was or how other people saw her. She hated that she wanted Horace's eyes to light up when he saw her. A tiny ache started behind her brows. Wished things to be different. We're not going to change how they actually were. Yeah. But the thing is, even in all this, even though, okay, he's so passive-aggressive, treats her like crap, he married her for her lands and nothing else, okay? She starts to fall in love with him. He actually starts to treat her a bit more consideration, you know? And, hey, they want to have an amazing sex life, whatever. But the thing is this, okay? This is when, okay, this is when, okay, he basically says to her, I will be the best husband I can be, Sarid, but don't ask me to love you. I've had never to love a woman. My father died because he loved too much. I won't make his mistake. She gulped hard and swallowed her words, fiercely glad she had not confessed her growing feelings for him. I understand. I hope you do. He dragged her mouth back to his. I hope you do. So basically, he doesn't love her. She's falling for him. He's cruel to her. He's very passive aggressive, trying to force into role as a woman. Horse a dick. Horse an absolute dick. It takes him to wake up to realise, okay, that he's actually is the issues in the marriage. Basically, you know, in this battle, he's always going to have the advantage. So, right. And then it kind of like changes his mind. He has this little fight. Okay, I changed my mind. Okay, I do love you. I'm going to care of you. And she actually does call him out on it. Okay, right. I want to be my wife properly. I think we are well suited. He says to if you're cited from memory. Men and women had different spheres of influence. It is the way I was brought up, but I can't be all that you want from me. It's for me to be in the kitchen and in the bedroom, she cried out before he finished. Come on, like my stepmother or Blodvin. Sarid wrapped her arms around her middle as the table began to shake. If you thought of anything of me, you would see that. So at the time, they're trying to find a traitor and trying to turns out to be her sister-in-law. Okay? There you go. I made that clear. Okay? I'll make the, like, thing. Make that clear, okay? Right. The traitor, that's like, basically, there's been a ghost on the ship, and stuff going missing, and Vader's coming in different areas. It's Sarid's sister-in-law, Blodvin, who she basically was like online to rescue her for her brother Reagan. Yeah. Right. And, yeah, and it's kind of resolved, okay, after Blodvin kidnaps, uh, his the daughter who just hates on sight, and basically says I love you as a mama now because that kind of stuff, and it ends with Sarid and Hoth going off and having many adventures, and she gives birth to twins, and Blodvin's baby dies in childbirth because she's pregnant at the time, and I would give this so well researched, okay, it's very, very well researched. However, the problem with this, as you know, as a Mills and Boone book, is when your lead is so unlikable, you can't like anything about him. It takes him so long to wake up to factors, okay? He's a total hypocrite. He married a warrior and wants to make her into a lady when she never was to start with. He's trying to force her into this role. So later on he's like, oh my god, I'm a dick. She is a warrior. Well, yeah, she is a warrior. She can't sew. She can't cook. She can't keep house because she's a warrior. And one thing I also didn't like, okay, is further along is that Sarid kind of loses her power, if you will. She's like, okay, I'm going to basically do what he says and become a lady, so he will take me on his journey. No. Besides that, though, the writing style is really good for Michelle Stiles. I like that. So yeah, a lot of hypocrisy in this one. 41 years of Mills and Boone. Sign off here. And bye now.